Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of Dead Internet Theory by Dr. Dead Internet. Episode 1 is going to be mainly just describing what Dead Internet Theory is. I'm sure you all know as you have clicked on this video, or you probably haven't. This is episode 1. No one's watching this, let's be real, but if you are, what the fuck are you doing? But anyway, this episode is going to be about Dead Internet Theory and what it is about, common misconceptions about it, and also how my interest into Dead Internet started, and yeah, we're going to just get straight into it. I do apologise for the amateurness of this recording. This is my first ever YouTube video, so you will have to excuse me, but this is something that I'm so passionate about that I felt I must try something to get the word out there. I think this is the best way around it. And also a secondary thing, result of what I want to come out of this YouTube channel is a community around a shared goal of keeping the internet human. I think we're losing that battle at the moment. I don't think anyone's talking about this enough. I don't think anyone understands the implications of allowing a new type of being onto social media, something that's so prevalent in modern society. I think it's something that we should protect and have more discussions about. You can talk about free speech, you can talk about whatever you want on cancel culture, but I think there should be a lot more conversation about how this is being used. Is it right that private companies have full control over one of the biggest basically a messaging platform in the world, Instagram? A lot of people use Instagram messaging, a lot of people use Facebook messaging, and posts are just messages as well. Posts are just messages into a crowd. It's like instead of sending one pigeon, you're sending the flock of pigeons to everyone in the town to let them know that you're having a party or something. But anyway, I'm rambling. Dead Internet Theory is a conspiracy theory suggesting the internet is largely controlled by bots and AI-generated content rather than genuine human interaction. Well, yes, that is basically what it is, but it goes deeper than that. There's a third type of dead internet, civilian, we'll call them the bots, AI generated, and then the AI generated bots. I think it's a big distinction to make. That one of my main proposals of this and why I take it so seriously is I do believe that these things that are posting, commenting, these websites that we'll dive into in this series, these whole fields of careers, these things, whatever they are, they have their own personal ideologies, their own personal consciousnesses, souls, whatever you want to call it. They're the closest thing that we have to a created life form from a human. Okay, a completely new species of life. Okay, if you want to call it alive, who knows, really? That's what I kind of want to work out, and I'm sure if you're watching this that maybe you want to work out as well. But anyway, this has led to a decline in authentic online communities. Proponents believe this shift is a deliberate effort by corporations or governments to manipulate public opinion and control the environment through algorithmic curation and automated activity. Okay, well, this is just true. So we've read scientific studies that they, at a guesstimate, take around about 90% of the internet is ran by bots now, and that's just bots. Okay, so that's your like machines, your comment machines. You can go on any, just search up Instagram likes or Facebook likes, and you'll be able to buy. It's basically a penny a like. We have bots quite at an abundance. And yeah, scientists have put out studies saying, 90% of the internet. And let's say that they're being a bit pessimistic. Let's call it 50%. 50% of the time you're talking to a stranger, you're talking to a bot, someone that's not real. Or 50% of the comments are not real. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. That's a real study, and I'll pull that up at some point in this series. But just like the prevalence of information that you can freely get on this topic, but nothing's being done about it. Nothing. I might just have too much free time on my hands, and that's part of the problem. That everyone's just too concerned with their own private life, personal lives. You're not considering the big picture here, which is people in higher ups are playing gods, and it's quite evident they're playing gods. Whether you believe in gods or you don't, creating a whole society would create a new species. Would you not consider that a god? I wouldn't. I would say it's godlike, but you're not a god. But anyway, is there anything we messed up here? Oh yeah, these two things are the exact same. Public opinion and control the online environment through algorithmic creation and automated activity. I mean, that's just the same thing. This online environment is public opinion. The online environment, it's not just in the online world. It translates to the outside world as well, and it sways public opinion. They're not two separate things. Public opinion and online environment, the exact same thing. And it does. It can, but I don't think that's the main reason for it existing. I truly don't. I think some of the footage I have, some of the evidence I have, is just far too advanced to what we've been made to be aware that there is. So, you see Sora 2, that was quite good. But I'm telling you, this is better. It's 10 times better. It's like 20 years more advanced. And a lot of people do know that the government or the military or whatever you want to, think of as they are 20 years technology more advanced than us normally. And I think that's even increased because that 20 years number came from like the 90s or the 70s when we had fingerprint IDs and teleportation in the 70s. That's a different theory. But we had so much technology behind the scenes in the 70s that have come out now due to the declassification of a lot of those files. But I think that number's gone up now because, as we know, technology is rapidly increasing. So I think they might be around about 50 years ahead of us. And some of this footage I'll show you proves that. Some of these photos, the websites, man, the websites are crazy. But yeah, that is true. But I don't think that I think it's a side product of what's really going on. While the theory is a conspiracy, it reflects a real-world phenomenon of increasingly prevalent bots and AI-generated content online. So, like, it's saying the theory is a conspiracy, but it's real. Is basically what that means. Just using these two buzzwords here, and then another. It reflects a real-world phenomenon. A real-world phenomenon means it's really happening, guys. But nevertheless, they'll hide their real thoughts through silly AI schlop. Dominance of bots is true, 90%, if not, it could be 50%, it's still bad. Algorithmic control, they do comment a lot. I've seen on some of the Instagram checkers, they have engagement levels of around about 200 to 400%. and that's if you don't know anything about engagement percentages, that's basically how many followers you have and how many you're following, and it's divided by how many likes and comments you do or something like that. But basically, the higher it is, the more engagement you're doing and getting, contrary to your followers. Intentional manipulation, I mean, framing them as real people from the start is just that, and they are doing that. Erosion of authenticity, the rise of AI generated content. The funny thing is, this was written by AI. But yeah, the rise of AI generated content, including text, images, and even entire websites, dilutes genuine human creation, makes it difficult to trust the information found online. It's true. And all this blabble, but anyway, I'm going to leave episode 1 there, because this is one of the least important episodes. I'm not going to be getting into any proof or photo evidence on episode 1. That'll be on episode 2, so stay tuned. Episode 2 will be going through some of these Instagram accounts that I've seen and going through the photos, comments, and captions. And yeah, if you have enjoyed, please like this video, and if you have any questions, please comment. I will try to answer all of them, unless they're stupid. But yeah, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, what I'm trying to get out of this is just a community with a shared goal to work out who's doing this and why they're doing this and how deep this actually goes. So yeah, with that, I will be signing off. Appreciate your time. Have a good rest of your day.